The US-Mexico border wall is continuing to go up quickly, affecting a number of Arizona wildlife reserves and concerning environmentalists. Cronkite News reporter Kylie Cochrane shows us one environmental step the US Customs and Border Patrol is taking. But is it enough?
Right now, they're blasting through wilderness areas in the Paloncillo Mountains, Guadalupe Canyon. They are blasting through the Pajarito Mountains.
All for one of the largest public works projects in American history, the border wall.
This is one of the most biologically diverse places in North America, and it's a critical crossroads on the North American continent.
Miles Trapphagen, a Borderlands program coordinator for Wildlands Network, said the 30-foot tall steel structure affects more than just human migration.
The impacts that go along with this are related to just directly walling off migration routes for a lot of wildlife species.
These are a series of motion-activated wildlife cameras installed by the nonpartisan environmental group in Arizona's San Bernardino Valley. They observe the wall's impact on jaguars and javelina.
In fact, people refer to San Bernardino Refuge as a pig farm because there was just so many javelina there. And now they're becoming more rare.
But the wall doesn't just affect larger animals.
The natural inclination is to think about, okay, of course a bird is just going to fly over the wall. And it doesn't matter if it's 4 meters or 9 meters tall. And if it.
Aaron Flesch is a researcher at the University of Arizona. He's studied the impact of human infrastructure on pygmy owls.
These animals can't physically fly over a border wall. It's just like so many other critters that these landscape features create kind of a behavioral barrier, if you will.
Customs and Border Protection has announced they're building 43 small animal wildlife passages along 63 miles of the Tucson Wall sector.
Well, the wildlife passages that they're talking about are really, I would call them absurd.
The wall is the size of this piece of printer paper, just 8.5 by 11 inches.
According to a CBP statement, the purpose of the passages is to allow for larger animals to pass through. Flesch considers the passages to be a step in the right direction.
But it will help some things like quail and roadrunners and maybe turkeys and maybe smaller tortoises. The issue with that is that they need to be frequent enough in space to foster that kind of exchange.
Flesch and Trapphagen agree that the bigger issue is the 2005 Real ID Act. The law concerns security, but includes waiving regulations that interfere with construction of physical barriers at borders. The Department of Homeland Security is using it to waive dozens of environmental laws during the wall's construction.
Really destroying an environmental treasure here and basically altering the evolutionary history of North America with these border walls.
The wall's long-term effects on wildlife still remain to be seen. Kylie Cochrane, Cronkite News.
The CBP has announced an additional 50 wildlife passages on top of the 43 already going up in the Tucson sector. They're expected to be completed by the end of 2020.